Hey guys, it's Mastafa here, author, speaker, and coach, and welcome to another edition of Motivated Muscle, where you learn the mindsets you need to help you burn stubborn body fat and add lean muscle. And in this video, I want to talk to you guys about a really important topic, which is basically how to deal with our feelings and our emotions when it comes to getting in shape. Because we seem to be living in an age where it's all about, feeling, how we feel about things, and we hear this word passion being thrown around all the time and stuff. And I'm very much for doing things that you're passionate about and having that the fundamental theme of your life to include passion, because ultimately if you're not enjoying what you're doing, then why do it in the first place? Maybe you want to choose something else, maybe your career or whatever. But that all being said, when it comes to getting in shape, there's going to be elements within the journey of getting in shape that you're just not always going to feel passionate about, okay? And maybe certain viewers are under this illusion that there's a way that they can get in shape and they can go through this fitness journey and have the body of their dreams and just enjoy every single step of the way. And yes, you can choose to have a certain mindset about it and be optimistic about it and stuff. But the truth is, there's going to be certain days, there's going to be certain times when you're going to need to do certain things and you're just not going to feel like doing it, okay? And that's where you just need to do what you need to do to get the result you're after, regardless how you feel, okay? So I'll give an example, right? So this is my new book here. It's available on Kindle. It's called Think Yourself Lean. And as I was writing that book, okay, I knew what the end outcome was. I knew I wanted to have my book released on Kindle, and I'm working on the paperback version as well. It's coming soon. And long story short, there was a process to go through in order to get the book written, okay? There's around 60,000 words in the book, so there's quite a lot of writing that went into it. Many hours, many months of writing and putting all my ideas down and organizing them and formatting it all and all this other stuff. And yes, there were things that I really enjoyed. There were some times when I was really in flow and I was typing and I just loved every single moment of it. But there were other days where I wasn't feeling very well, or even if I was feeling well, but I was maybe a little bit tired, or maybe my mind was on other things and whatever. I had to really just discipline myself to get into that moment and just get the work done, regardless if I felt like it or not. So if you're going to get in shape, if you want to transform your body, you have to get away from this idea that everything, you have to enjoy everything, and every single step of the way has to be enjoyable, okay? Because life just doesn't work like that. Okay, I'll give you an example. I recently came back from the Far East, and I was over there, at a hotel, and I was there, there was a nice swimming pool and stuff, and I was teaching, fitness and all that kind of stuff and mindsets related to fitness. And yes, there was a lot of great enjoyment to do with that, that whole occasion, if you like, right? But bearing in mind, just returning back to the UK, I was traveling for close to 40 hours, okay? That's not fun. I was by myself. I was traveling. I had to stop at one of the airports for like close to 10 hours and just literally sit in a hotel, in the airport lobby, just there with a cup of coffee and whatever, and basically exhausted, random hours, my body clock's all over the place, and I was like, man, all I want to do is be in my bed back home, right? That wasn't fun, but it was part of the equation. You're not going to have a perfectly smooth ride all the time, okay? Now, you may believe there's such a thing as a perfectly smooth ride, but trust me, it doesn't exist, right? In marketing and business and stuff, there's an idea. I like to describe it as like the iceberg, okay? There's the tip of the iceberg that you see, that people advertise, that they talk about all the time, the shiny, glossy, thing that just sticks up above the water, and it's only a small proportion of what's really going on. And then you've got all this other stuff underneath the surface of the water that actually creates that tip that sort of pierces through the water, okay? And it's the same when, you might see somebody, they write a book, and you see them releasing a book, you see their photos on Facebook, and they're doing a book launch, and it looks like fun, and all these people are coming to the show. But you don't see behind the scenes the amount of hours that went in, the amount of planning, the years of studying, the years of trial and error that actually created all the knowledge and experience that then went into this book, okay? Same as when you see somebody looking great. I went to a fitness show on the weekend, and there was all these athletes, all these different guys in the fitness industry, and they were in amazing shape and stuff. Different different individuals, bodybuilders, physique athletes, powerlifters, and all this stuff, and you see them, they're performing and they're sort of at their prime, and it's easy for people to look up to them and say, "Oh my God, like how amazing! I want that," right? And it's easy to buy into that, but you have to realize there's always a price to pay, okay? And when you're paying that price, you're not going to always enjoy paying the price, okay? There's certain parts of the process you're going to enjoy, yeah, but there's going to be other parts of it you're really not going to enjoy, okay? But you just have to get yourself to do it, regardless if you feel like it or not. I'm just telling you the complete honest truth here now. Like, I track all my food, and there's days when I just really can't be bothered tracking, and I'm like, well, if you don't track, you're messing up your numbers, and you're just going to make it much harder for you to get results, and you're going to pay the price for it sooner or later, because at the end of the week, when it comes to trying to calculate where you're at weight-wise and how much food intake you've had, you're not going to know because you haven't been, keeping an eye on your numbers. So I just got to do it. I just get on with it. I don't overthink it. I don't think, do I want to do it? Do I feel like doing it? I just do it, okay? It is the old saying, right? The Nike slogan, just do it. Just get on with it, right? So I want to share that mindset with you guys because I feel like, a lot of times when I'm reading through a lot of threads and comments and stuff, when people talking about getting in shape, very often I see the word feel. I feel this, I feel that, feel. It's all about feelings. You can't run your life off feelings, right? Like, yes, go into something where you're passionate about, but realize if you're as soon as you feel a little bit discomfort or you feel like you don't want to do it, or you're feeling a little bit tired, which is going to happen sooner or later, if that's all it takes for you to quit, then you're never going to succeed. You're going to have hit and miss results, okay? Now, all these advertising agencies, they know about that, so that's why they try and sell you short-term solutions that last like 2 weeks or something, 2-week abs or whatever, right? They do that because they know that most people haven't got the staying power. If they said to them, like, how to get a chiseled six-pack in the next year, most people are not even going to get through the first 2 weeks, okay? So the lowest common denominator, they make it appealing to everyone, and they just go for the 2 weeks that they know they can just about get away with. But if you want results, if you want long-term results, if you want to burn fat, if you want to get lean, whatever you're looking to do, you need to develop this mindset of training yourself to do what you need to do, regardless if you feel like you're not. Now, there are lots of tools you can use to do that. There's lots of tools you can use to get yourself through that process. Because look, here's the thing: you're going to have times when you don't feel like doing something, and then you have to learn to fight that, okay, and push through it, okay. And one of the best ways to do that is actually by creating a habit, doing things consistently, okay. So I use things like checklists. I talk about all this stuff in my book anyway, so you can pick up a copy of my book, and I break the whole process down that'll retrain your mind. But I'll just give you an idea here. I talk about checklists and using accountability, and then basically just making yourself do the activity and cross it off. Now, checklists, they're very common in things like business. They're not that common in fitness. They may become more popular, in the future. Who knows? Maybe people will start picking up the idea from my book and think, hey, I'm going to start using that. Cool. But the point is, if you use a checklist, it's like a pilot, right? When they start up the plane, a pilot will take a checklist and he has to go through all the different things, the safety precautions, the measures that he knows he has to make sure are in place. So make sure all the landing gear is correct, all the lights are correct, everything. And he'd be like, check, next, check, next, check. And he has to go through everything on that list, okay? Now, a pilot, a doctor, preparing for surgery, anyone, who's professional what they do, they're going to get that point where they have to do it. And there may be days they don't feel like it. I'm sure there's a day when a pilot's on a plane and he's looking at his checklist thinking, oh man, I'm going to go do this again. I'd rather just do it for memory and stuff. But they know, a real professional say, do you know what? This is the stuff that I have to make sure that gets done. And they just do it. And there's going to be things they really don't want to do, but they just make themselves do it because the consequences in the long term or even the short term are going to far outweigh the costs of just getting the checklist done. And it's the same with yourself. If you make a habit of guiding your decisions purely by emotion, by feeling, and just how you feel in the moment, you're going to have a lot of pain later on down the line. Okay, you're gonna if you say I don't feel like doing this, I don't feel like this, don't feel like that, and you don't work out, sooner or later your body weight is going to reflect the fact how many times you decided to not work out. Your body shape, your health levels, your energy levels, all that stuff is going to reflect, is going to be an outward symbol to the world how many times you let your feelings override your actions. Okay, and if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business person like myself, you're constantly working on different projects and stuff. It's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but what I'm saying to you is that you still need to get yourself to do that. You need to discipline yourself to do that, because if you're a business person, people are looking up to you. You've got employees looking up to you. You've got family members who are looking up to you. You've got customers, and if they're looking at you and saying, right, this guy clearly is is lacking the discipline in that area of their life, what other things are they lacking discipline in? Right? They're going to draw conclusions from these things, and they may or may not be completely accurate or completely true. But people judge books by their cover, and that's just the reality of life. So I'm just trying to encourage you guys here. If you want to, if you want to get in shape, and in fact, even if you don't want to get in shape, but you need to get in shape, then you need to get yourself to do these things. Okay? I use this term like if you want to get in shape, almost like it's an optional thing, but it's not. It's not even an optional thing. If we don't look after our bodies, I mean, you wouldn't have a letter through, from your garage saying if you want to look after your car or whatever for an MOT, like you need to have an MOT, right? Your car needs to pass the MOT, otherwise it's not going to be roadworthy. Sooner or later, the thing's going to break down, and you're going to be disappointed that you just didn't take it to the garage when you had the chance, right? And it's the same thing with your body. Like a lot of people are letting their bodies go to waste, and you got to ask yourself, what are the consequences if you don't get yourself to do what you need to do? Because that's what I ask myself. When I don't feel like training, I ask myself, well, what are the consequences? What is the price I have to pay sooner or later if I don't go to the gym? Because I know the price I have to pay by going, which is maybe getting in the car, driving to the gym, getting out and it's cold and rainy or whatever, working out for an hour or so, putting myself through a lot of resistance and stuff, and getting myself into a sweat, and coming home and then having to have another shower and all this other jazz, right? And I could just as easily say, do you know what, let's just stay on the sofa, watch some TV or whatever, right? Even though I don't really watch TV either. But, the point is this, like, there's things that we just need to do, okay? And I'm just letting you know that this is the reality of things. In case you're out there reading books, trying to find the secret way of doing it, the secret way of getting in shape without having to put the work in, without having to, with enjoying every step of the way. Now, even in my book, I talk about this idea. I talk about, like, if you want to get in shape, you want to get fit, you want to just increase your energy, yes, try to find a path where you're more likely to enjoy it, okay? If you hate running on a running machine, but you love the outdoors, don't do the running machine thing, Like, an hour on a running machine is probably going to make you depressed, but an hour outdoors, you're going to enjoy it. You're going to enjoy it a lot more. But either way, you've still got to put the work in, and there's going to be parts of it you may not enjoy. You might not enjoy the warming up period, the stretching or whatever, but it's all part of the process, okay? So just understand, you want to try and choose something in life when it comes to your fitness, because you can't delegate, you can't outsource it to someone else, especially if you're a business person and you're used to delegating everything to everyone else. You can't delegate your push-ups, you can't delegate eating the right foods, okay? So you have to accept this is part of your journey. It's part of being responsible to yourself, to your loved ones, to your family and stuff. And, I made that decision, quite a while ago now, and said to myself, this isn't something I'm just going to do for a bit of fun. Yes, I'm going to try and enjoy the process and stuff, and try and enjoy the proceeds and the outcomes and stuff as well. But I accept full and clearly that there's certain things that I'm not going to enjoy, and I just have to just get on with it, right? So those are my words of experience and understanding and things I just want to share with you guys today, really to clarify that issue. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've got any comments and questions, leave them below as well. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Should be a button above if you're on YouTube. And get yourself a copy of my book as well. Depending on when you see this, it might be on offer. It may not be on offer, but either way, it's an investment into your future. It's going to help change the way you think. I've put a lot of work, a lot of effort, and a lot of experience from my own life into this book, and everything I'm sharing with you now, this kind of mindset that you need to have if you want to get in shape, not just in the short term, but permanently, and you want to do it for the long term, and you want to do things naturally as well. So you get out of this short-term mentality and really over the long term want to do things properly. Get yourself a copy of my book. I highly recommend you do that. Obviously, I'm going to say that anyway, but the point is, I'm here to really give you the transformation you need in the mind. Get your mindset in the right place so you can get those long-term results. So I will see you guys very soon. Take care.